Yo, what's going on, everybody? It is Straight Outta Boston here, aka the King of Austin. Today we're back for episode 14 of my 2004 Montreal Expos takeover, playthrough, whatever you want to call it, here on OOTP 16 now, with the mid-season for 2009, the mid-season report, you could say, and we will check in on how things are going. But first off, oh no, we'll have to revisit this trade at some point in the episode because I like to keep tabs on it, but it looks like Jose Bautista, one of the men we traded for Josh Beck and Miguel Cabrera, is having a fantastic year and won NL Player of the Month or something, or NL Player of the Week. Okay, so anyway, let's take a look at how the team is doing. We're at July 3rd right now, 50-28. We've been playing really good baseball. We'll take a look at the standings. We are 8.5 up on the Braves, 10.5 up on the Mets. We've opened up a huge lead in the division. Really happy about that. Let's take a look at how the team is doing. So we'll go to lineups. And this is really what's carried us throughout the season as our lineup. We have just been destroying the ball. So early in the season, Milton Bradley got hurt for about 6 or 7 weeks or so. So we called up Denard Span, who is down here. And Span really provided a spark plug at the top of our lineup. He's got a 390 OBP. And we really figured, you know, I mean, now looking back on it, I kind of just forgot that we had Denard Span. I mean, he is a former first-round draft pick, and he's clearly been Major League ready, 2.5 stars. I mean, this is pretty much the player that he's going to be. So we called him up, and then when Bradley got back, we just kept him up. So we traded Tony Clark away for some AAA reliever just to unload his salary and all that. And then we've been platooning Denard Span and Elijah Dukes, so you can see how the lineup swaps. And then when they DH, you can see they just swap at the top of the lineup. And so, yeah, that's been a really effective platoon. Elijah Dukes has probably played better of the two, but at this point, I really want to keep Span in the lineup. Although, as you can see, Dukes is just ripping the cover off the ball. And we'll take a look at his splits. I don't even think it's really a righty-lefty thing. Yeah, I mean, he's even done better against right-handed pitching at times. So, yeah, he's really been hitting the ball pretty well. But let's go back. So, yeah, and you can see we've gotten really good contributions from other guys. Milton Bradley, Malcolm Ray has been a huge success. Miguel Cabrera and Alfredo De La Garza have pretty much done what they always do. They're the two leaders of our team. Carlos Quinton's been really good. That's nice to see. Dan Uggla's been pretty solid. Ben Grief, Sterling Carter, you know, even our bench players have done pretty well. And a lot of these guys, you know, they're even doing better at the beginning of the year. They've come down a little bit lately, but the pitching's definitely been a bit of a concern. I think this is what we're going to have to do at the deadline, is add another starter. Clay Williams has been better of late, but he's still not having a great season. I think he might be the one to get the boot from the rotation. Kelvin Escobar started 4 games. Phil Hughes was so bad, I sent him back to AAA. He was just awful. And Josh Beckett's been really bad this year, too. 7.13 ERA. That is really, really bad. But Irvin Santana and George Jens have sort of been okay. The bullpen's been pretty solid. Feliz has been good. Papelbon might be an all-star. Only 11 saves, though. That's kind of weird. I don't know why that's... The number's kind of low. He's been blowing teams out. But Dwayne McCarthy's been good. We called him up after Hughes went down. So we called McCarthy up, who we picked up from Arizona in the offseason. And he's been really good for us. So might need a... Well, we're probably fine with the lefties. I mean, I don't really know if I want to add another lefty, but... Neither of our lefty relievers have been any good so far this year, but we do have Boone Logan down at AAA if you wanted to give him a shot later in the season. But yeah, basically, we definitely got to add a starter. I mean, can we look at team statistics or something? Statistics. Kind of want to see where we rank in certain things. Like, yeah, this is not a bad screen to look at. So, in runs, you can see we have 490. That probably leads the league. Yeah, it looks like it does by a pretty solid margin. You can see some teams not even over 400 yet. But if we go to like ERA, let's go to team pitching statistics. I'm sure we're pretty far down there. ERA, well, we can just look at earned runs, 333. I mean, looks kind of middle of the pack. Oh, here's ERA. Oh, 4.26. Yeah, that's not very good. That's definitely, I mean, it's not Chicago White Sox bad. Holy crap, look at that. But anyway, yeah, so that's definitely the part of the team. I mean, if you just look at it from a basic standpoint like that, it's definitely what we have to improve on is our pitching. And, yeah, anyway, so another new thing I noticed about this game is you get updates on fan voting once in a while. So we can take a look at who has, pretty much happens every 2 weeks. They give you an update. Actually, they give you one every week. But we can take a look at who's doing well for us. So we've had a lot of all-stars, or a lot of guys be in and out of the voting. Malcolm Ray's climbing up there. He's probably not going to get in, but still, it's nice to see him get some votes. Alfredo De La Garza is probably going to start at second base, although Chase Utley's closing in, but De La Garza has been ridiculous all season. Who else? Who else? Elijah Dukes. You can see, despite him platooning, still leading in left field. Here's Sean Moore, though. Yeah, we'll take a look at that, how the Marlins are doing in a bit. But Milton Bradley down there, despite missing time, he might get in. Carlos Quinton looks like he might get in. And I think Papelbon was here earlier. Yeah, he's still there, so he might get in as well. But let's take a look at the Florida Marlins, because I do want to see how Sean Moore and Jose Bautista are doing. So it looks like Sean Moore is leading off for them. He is having a really good year. I mean, we always knew Moore was going to be really good. I don't think there was ever a doubt about that. Right now, he looks like he's a little bit cheaper than Miguel Cabrera, so I mean, right now you'd probably rather have Sean Moore. But let's see how Jose Bautista is doing. He's sitting in the middle of their lineup. He's also having a pretty good season. Let's not look at the splits. Let's look at game log. Yeah, he's having a really good season himself. So they're definitely, I mean, right now, just based on the way Josh Beckett is playing, you'd probably have to say they've won the trade so far. But that's all right. I think that it's something that's worked out pretty well for both teams. I mean, we're 50 and 28, so it's kind of hard to complain about how we're doing. I mean, you can lose a trade and still, you know, be a good team. I think we proved that because, you know, Josh Beckett's been pretty horrible, so it's hard to say that we've gotten the better outcome of those trades. But let's take a look at the full trade if we can find it somewhere down here. Here it is. So we gave up. Okay, so we got these three guys. Oh, did we get... Oh, I forgot. We swapped Beltran for Bradley in that, too. Oh, I completely forgot about that part of it, but looks like none of the other guys... I mean, Miller Gill is... nah, he's not really any good. Scott Downs. But let's see. Beltran... Ooh, he's having a really good year, too. He's got, what, 20s... Oh, he's not playing this year. What happened? Alright, sorry about that. Someone was calling the home phone, and I didn't want there to be a message left on the over the video, but wow, Carlos Beltran's in AAA right now. I don't know what's going on. Doesn't even give me his salary. What's he making? $20 million. Yeah, that's why we traded him. Yeah, I remember signing him, but yeah, that's weird. I don't know why he's in AAA. But he's been pretty good. I mean, he had 12 home runs in 41 games, so he's been really good. Bradley's been really good too, though. I mean, that's a pretty fair swap between the two. Bradley's probably a bit better defensively. Maybe doesn't provide as much power as Beltran does. But yeah, I mean, Cabrera's been freaking ridiculous. Got a 901 OPS, so I mean, he's been better than Jose Bautista. But I think, you know, Sean Moore's really good himself. So anyway, let's keep going. So I'm going to simulate here till probably a week or so before the deadline. We'll see how things go. We're taking on Atlanta. They're second in the division right now. Oh, okay. Well, we also have this screen. I forgot about this. Comes up, I guess, like in the middle of June. It's like or it comes in 81 games in. So, or I guess we're 80 games in. There's that. Yeah, that's 80. So, yeah, our owner's really happy with our team record. He's not happy with our improvement in stolen bases. I don't really know why. He wants to improve that. He wants us to acquire a nationally popular player. Dudley Groove is a good try, and he's not increased with our payroll management. But overall, he's pretty happy. It looks like, yeah, I'm good with your performance. So, it looks like we're not really in danger of like being fired or anything. But anyway, here's personnel. So now we have the opportunity to extend personnel mid-season. Fire personnel for extension, exactly. So I should probably extend all these guys. I usually don't care about the minor league staff. Doesn't look like anyone in our big league team is leaving, so I won't really bother with that right now. Don Flanagan for Mauro Urbina. Flanagan's a guy that I want to get some playing time soon. He's just been stuck at AAA, and I think he was he's having a really good year in AAA. He was our only top prospect, our top position player prospect in the top 100 at the start of the year. We'll see if that's changed. I'll show you this screen. What do you want to do? ML, player info, top prospects. So we have a bunch of pitchers in the top 100, but only one hitter. McEwen might have moved in there. We'll see. No, it looks like it's still just Don Flanagan. He is number 17, though, so that's not bad. In fact, getting a top 20 prospect is pretty solid. And I think Mike McEwen, our shortstop, is just on the outside looking in. He's probably like 110 or something. But if we go to pitchers, we are stacked with pitchers in the top 100, as you can see. Carlos Dominguez being our top one, but we've got a ton, especially, I mean, we have a lot in like the bottom 50, but still, it's a pretty good collection, so we could definitely do with parting with some of those guys to get another pitcher at the deadline if we can afford them. But let's keep simulating ahead here. So we win the last game against Atlanta, that series, and let's keep going against Colorado. Lose game 1, we got a message, trade proposal. Dan Johnson for Josh Beckett. No, thank you. That would be really stupid. But can we take 2 out of 3? Yes, we do. Now on to Houston. Lose the first game of that series. Got another trade proposal. They want George Jens now for... Nope, I'm not doing that. I really wish they would send, like, smarter trades, but they really don't. Phil Nevin. Like, I'm not going to trade Phil Nevin for... I'm not going to trade one of our best prospects for Phil Nevin. Like, that just doesn't make sense. Come on. Alright, sorry about that, guys. I had a little problem getting over this, like, 2009 All-Star teams announced thing. The game, it wasn't like freezing, but this one loading screen was taking forever, and then I tried exiting out of it a couple times and had to go through it a couple times. So anyway, let's take a look at who made the All-Star team for us. Let's go to the NL, and we'll see. So pitchers, Papelbon does get in. He's our only pitching representative. Malcolm Ray gets in as well. Ooh, look at this. They got a bunch of new, like, analytics. They have WRC Plus and their WAR next to him. That's pretty cool. Holy, Steve McPherson's got a 750. He's got 35 home runs. What is this? Oh my goodness. Look at this guy. He's ridiculous. He's on pace for almost 12 wins above replacement. Oh, he's from Braintree. Look at that. Steven McPherson. That is ridiculous. Who else made it? Let's go back to the NL. Del Garza and Miguel Cabrera both made it. That is sweet. Elijah Dukes looks like he's going to be starting in left. And, wow, no Milton Bradley. Carlos Beltran, though, despite him being in AAA, or was in AAA. Maybe he was just on a rehab assignment. But, yeah, he is in there. So, anyway, look at that. No Milton Bradley. That's too bad. But that is that. So, we'll keep simming ahead here. We're 56 and 32 now. We have the actual All-Star game. Cool beans, cool beans. So you're going to tell me who won? Oh, Adams dominates in the AL wins. So we will not have... Ooh, wow, Chase Utley got traded. That's pretty major. But yeah, we will not have home field advantage if we were to make the World Series. But we got a series against the Cubs here. And it looks like it's a 4-game series. We take 3 out of 4. And now we're home against the Mets. I think after this series, we'll start looking at the trade market here, but we sweep the Mets. Now we're going to San Diego. So we're a week before the deadline. So now I think I'm going to cut out here and try to find any type of move I can make to go out and get a pitcher. We'll see who's out on the market and see what's good. But, I mean, yeah, it looks like things haven't really improved in the weeks or like the couple of weeks that we've simmed. So, anyway, we're going to be looking... Oh, wow, Luke Gregerson's not doing too well either. Let's demote him, and we will make Neftali Feliz maybe the reliever, the setup man, or what about Edison Volquez? We'll go with Feliz for now. Setup. All right, and we will be back. All right, so I went through all the rebuilding teams and tried to find some veteran starters, and I think the best deal we're going to be able to do is get a guy like John Lackey, who has not been good this year. I actually didn't look at his stats, but... he is a free agent in a year, so we might have to trade him again in the offseason. But it looks like he's worth a shot trying to bring in. He's got 2.5 stars, making $5 million, so we can afford him. And he really isn't going to cost us anything. Kevin Hansen is this like crap prospect. I don't know why the game always likes these guys, but some teams do. Ben Grieve, who's been like a utility outfielder for us, who we really don't need. So we're fine giving him up. And on top of that... Looks like, you know, maybe just like I mean, I'd like to keep Nick Hundley. Actually, now that I think about it, Hundley would make sense because what I do want to do is call up Wilson Rosado. Finally, like we just need to get him up in the big leagues at this point. So we'll give up Hundley. I forgot who even. I think we gave up one of our relievers for him, but we'll get John Lackey. And yeah, I mean, you know, they're not going to trade us Orlando Gonzalez or anything like that, or Gio Gonzalez. Who was on the White Sox, I forgot, but he was drafted by the White Sox in real life, and he was drafted by the White Sox in this game, too. It's pretty cool. So, anyway, I'm pretty sure he was drafted by the White Sox in real life. But anyway, let's just get this trade done with. So, we get John Lackey for really nothing. I mean, you know, we gave up a couple bench players. That's about it. So, I mean, that's one trade. You know, it doesn't really, I mean, I think we could really use, like, a bona fide ace. I just don't know if we're going to be able to find that anywhere. I mean, Roy Oswalt, I think he was just traded for. I know he was signed. What's he making? $8 million. He's a free agent at the end of the year. He's got a... Oh, no, it's a vesting option. Yeah, so, I mean, like, we could go after Roy Oswalt as well. That would bump maybe Escobar out of the rotation, too. I don't know what it would take to get him, though. looks like it'd be a pretty good amount because, you know, on top of Flanagan, it's going to be a guy like Williams. So we really don't want to do that. That's the Mariners. What's this? Oh, Phillies. Yeah, the Phillies have no starting pitching. The Royals don't really have anything. They have some young pitchers, but they're not going to trade Greinke or Jimenez to us. I'd love to get Ubaldo, but it would take a crap load. I mean, one guy, if it was Ubaldo, I would give up... whoops. Did not mean to do that. I would give up Clay Williams. Like, it's a close... I mean, what else? Butler... Thomas Pineda, Denard Span. I want to keep Rosado, McEwen, Kent's one of our starting pitchers. We could give him up. Wouldn't feel too bad about that. Could we keep? So Court Hope. I mean, this is a package of sort of like middling prospects. It's not really anything too special. Flanagan's pretty decent. I'd like to keep Flanagan if I could, but I think that's definitely someone they're gonna want. We could do Span instead. Maybe we'll do Denard Span instead. He's kind of regressed a little bit. And, you know, he's got no power. He's a pretty solid player, though. I mean, would I rather keep Denard Span or Don Flanagan is kind of the question. I mean, I might rather keep Span, to be honest. Flanagan definitely has a higher ceiling, but he's already 25. He's having a really good year in AAA, though. He wants to be playing the majors as a right bat. Right side of the plate guy. I'm not gonna give up Dudley Greer or anything like that. Santana, Quinton, Jens. Yeah, I want to keep Jens. I'll give up Clay Williams though. He's been really bad this year, and he really wasn't good last year either. He's been a pretty big disappointment since we got him. Forget what we gave up for him. Let's find out. It was back in. No, it was here. We just passed it. Gave up Jabba. Oh, we didn't give up anything in this. Travis Evans. It's horrible. Wow, we really got those two guys for Jabba Chamberlain. That is pretty surprising. But whatever. Well, just considering we like could not trade Jonathan Broxton this past offseason. Alright, I really don't know if I want to, I mean, let's take Reeves out of it. Yeah, we might not have to include Reeves. We could still do Span or Flanagan. If we did Flanagan, would we have to do that guy? Yeah, okay. Kent, so we would have to give up Kent too. So it'd really be Flanagan and Clay Williams. Wow, Josh Beckett's 2.5 stars now. That's pretty bad. Could give up Butler, but he's been pretty good, and we just gave up Ben Greaves, so I don't really want to do that. And the guy, we'll find him in our prospects list, but name was Kent. I think it's Jason Kent. Yeah, Jason Kent. Dang, I really don't want to have to give up Flanagan or Span, to be honest. Could I give up another pitcher? I mean, I think I'd rather just give up another pitcher. But I don't think we're going to be able to do that. And we can't trade Rogers. We should call up Esmail Rogers, though. Maybe not. Could we give up... Just drafted a bunch of these guys, to be honest. Let's go to potential. I mean, we couldn't do another starter in place of Flanagan or Span. It's going to have to be... I think one or the other. Could we do Porcello? No, we just drafted him. Whoops. We had a pretty good draft last draft. I'd rather give up Flanagan than McEwen, that's for sure. Leighton Clements, I don't want a guy like that. Yeah. Looks like it's going to be one of these position players I don't really want to give up, but to get Ubaldo Jimenez, I mean, he's making $5 million. He's really good, though, 4.5 stars. It's not going to help our payroll. Our owner's going to be mad at us, but I think I'd rather have him over Greinke. Yeah, he's better, so... I wonder if I could actually give up Lackey. Just because the money concerns me a little bit. Like, our owner's going to be really pissed at us. But I doubt they're going to want John Lackey. I mean, I'll keep John Lackey. It's just, if we got Ubaldo, we might not necessarily need him. But I don't think this is going to help. Yeah, it didn't really help. So we'll keep Lackey. And I guess we'll do, I don't know, Flanagan or Span. I'm leaning towards giving up Flanagan, to be honest. Let's go back to our prospects list. Oops. Yeah, I'm leaning towards giving up Flanagan. I know he has a higher ceiling, but like we already know Denard Span. I mean, I like Denard Span's ratings. Like the reason Span's only 2-star player is because he has no power. He really doesn't play great defense either. But I mean, Flanagan's maybe like a better overall, all-around hitter, but he's not any better defensively. He's fast, though. Got him from Pittsburgh. Let's see what this trade was like. Was this the Bautista trade? Flanagan and Papelbon for... Oh, we gave up Michael Barrett. And a bunch of other guys who never turned out to be anything. Wow, we made some good trades. Proud of myself. Yeah, but we can't... I don't think we're going to be able to throw a poo-poo platter of pitching prospects at them. Yeah, it's not going to happen. So, Flanagan or Span. Man, I really don't know. I think I'm going to do Flanagan. But, like, I feel like Flanagan, like, giving up Flanagan, there's going to be a higher chance that that really comes back to bite me. Whereas, like, Denard Span is pretty much just going to be Denard Span for his entire career. Like, I really am not too afraid of him turning into anything. Flanagan might turn into something, though. We'll see. Whoops, who are we giving up? Kent? Let's go back to Jason Kent, wherever he is. Yeah. Oh, could we give up? Oh, no, we want to keep Ramos. He's 21. Yeah, so I guess we'll do Flanagan, but we get Ubaldo Jimenez. I mean, we're getting a really good pitcher. And they get Clay Williams, who's only 26. But Jimenez is definitely an upgrade, and Williams just has not worked out for us. So the upgrade price from Williams to Ubaldo is only Don Flanagan and Jason Kent. I think that's pretty worth it in our book. So, all right, we are going to do this, I think. Oh, man, I really don't know. Do we really need Denard Span is the question. I think I'm just going to give it Denard Span, to be honest. I know I just completely flip-flopped, but we'll give up Span. We can always... he's not going to be a hard player to get back if we really wanted him. And the... oh, is he a nationally popular player? I hope so. What is his... Is he going to tell us? Nah, it's not really going to tell us. Anyway, I hope he was... Oh, popularity. Yeah, he's very popular. Nationally, he's pretty popular. Yeah, so he's nationally... Okay, so that'll help that owner goal. But alright, so we get two pitchers. So we are going to bring them both in. We've got 21 players in the active roster currently, so we can fit both of them in. And we gave up Span, so we're going to call up Wilson Rosado to be our new backup catcher. Place in the active roster. And we're going to bring up maybe Flanagan. I guess we'll bring up Flanagan. Yeah, he's 25. It's time to bring him up. All right, so he gets a shot. And let's go to the lineups. I think we're done with interleague play, so we'll pretty much won't have to worry about that. But let's see, Rosado's listed as a left fielder, but he does play catcher, so he'll be the backup. And against righties, we're just going to start Elijah Dukes full-time now. And we'll make Flanagan the backup outfielder. I don't really know if he can play center, but that's not a problem. Milton Bradley's not going to miss too many games, I don't think. And we will copy and paste this. Let's set up our bench, too. So we'll put Flanagan. Whoops. We'll do Flanagan as the number 1, Butler, then Carter. Whoops. Actually, we'll do Rosado, then Carter. Sterling Carter, though, has been pretty good for us. So we'll copy and paste all this to the lefties because we don't have any more platoons. And yeah, Duke's leading off. De La Garza, all that. All right, cool. And then pitching. So let's get Ubaldo in. He is he at full rest? Oh, no, he's exhausted. All right, so he probably just pitched. So maybe we'll put him... We just had an off day. So we can bump Escobar up. What about Lackey? Lackey's totally exhausted as well. So we'll do Lackey here. And then I guess for now we'll keep Escobar in the bullpen. But I'm not going to hesitate to maybe give him some starts over Beckett down the stretch. We're not too worried about regular season record, though. So, like, it's not a huge issue, but... I certainly don't feel 100% confident in Josh Beckett at this point. And do we have 25 guys on the roster? Yes, we do. Perfect. I think we might actually have an extra pitcher. 1, 2, 3, 4. I guess, yeah, we only have 4 bench guys. So I guess we have an extra pitcher up. But that's fine. I don't really mind. Yeah, we do have an extra pitcher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, okay. 13 pitchers, 12 hitters. That's not a big deal. But let's just simulate up to the deadline. We'll see how things go. Maybe we'll do Ubaldo and Lackey's first start. So Jens against... We'll play these games. Why not? I actually haven't played a game in OOTP 16 yet, so this will be new to me. But first, let me just save this. Just want to make sure in case the game freezes, we'll have all this saved. But let's play. We got 2 games against Milwaukee we'll play, and then we'll pretty much wrap up the episode. But this has been a pretty short episode as it is, so... Anyway, we got Ubaldo in his first start as a member of the Montreal Expos. And he has, what, 2 years left after this one? Yeah, he's 2 years left after this one of team control. So that's a pretty good trade, I think. And this Brewers team, whoa. Alright, that's loud. I did mute that. Let's just go half inning. So far, so good, but our offense has not done anything. Jake Peavy on the mound for the Brewers. We finally get a run. Ubaldo gives one up, though. Let's go to substitutions. Let's get our bullpen. Ooh, wow. All right, we'll get McCarthy up. Looks like everyone else is really winded. Hopefully, Ubaldo can give us some innings then. McCarthy here in the 8th, and then, wow, Papelbon's really drained. Or maybe McCarthy gives us 2 innings. We'll see. All right, he gets to the 8th. Can we get an insurance? So a 2-inning save for Dwayne McCarthy. And Ubaldo gets a win in his first start as an Expo. Only throws 80. Now we're going to do John Lackey's first start. So Lackey's definitely expect less out of him. We don't really need him, but maybe we should shop around Kelvin Escobar, see if we can get. And I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna put Beckett in the playoff rotation. Lackey wouldn't be in there, so we wouldn't have to worry about him. And we're not gonna get anything for. I was hoping maybe we could get, might be worth doing just to get something for Escobar, because I really don't think we're gonna need him. But he has been running it. Let's see how Lackey does in his first game. I'll think about it some more. But all right, at Milwaukee again. We'll see how he does. All right. Downhill pretty quickly for Lackey. Let's see if he can recover. All right. Let's get Kelvin Escobar up, actually. He can eat some innings for us today. Double. Just do half inning. Allows another run. Let's go to Escobar. So I guess that happens now. But he gave us the last 2 innings at least. But we hold on to Escobar because that prospect we could have gotten from the White Sox was pretty marginal. Like, I'm not sure he's really ever going to become any. And Escobar could be pretty good insurance, especially if someone gets hurt. We'd want a guy like Escobar who could pretty much take Escobar's role. He wants to be pitching in the majors. All right, well, if he wants to be pitching in the majors, then we will actually trade him if we can get that 3-star prospect from the White Sox. Or if we... Let's see. Yeah, so that guy's being offered up again. Anyone else? That's the Angels, actually. I thought it was the White Sox. That helps cut payroll a little bit, too. And then we will call and see what he can do for us. Place on the active roster. And, yeah, do we do it? Yep, there we go. And demote him. All right, he needs to be in AAA. All right, so that's pretty much that. I think we're pretty much... Let's see if we can at least split this Milwaukee series. We received a message. Trade deadline, player development. Okay. And August, never mind. So, yeah, we are past the deadline, 68 and 35. Let's take one final look at the standings before I wrap up this. There are 10 games up on the Mets. Magic number is 50, but we, barring any late collapses, I think it's not like we've faded off at least in the, it's not like we faded off recently, but good cushion on the wild card too. I forget. So does this game wild card? I couldn't remember if they did that, but. Yeah, there's a 2.5 game cushion, so we're really 12.5 up on the couple of moves that we did make, and hopefully next episode, well, pretty sure next episode will be